We dreamt of a trip for our 20th anniversary to a new, far-off destination.
And then we made that dream a reality.
We landed in Iceland in pouring rain, grabbed our Dacia all-wheel drive, and headed to the Golden Circle, one of Iceland's national parks.
The weather was nothing to brag about, and it kind of put me in a mood. But what are you going to do? Got to make the best of it. Gullfoss was just the start of many waterfalls to come.
On the way to our first Airbnb, we stopped at Friedheimer, a popular restaurant. Their tomato soup was a must-try on my Iceland list.
Góðan daginn. Ég heiti Einar Gunnlaugsson og þetta er kona mín Þóra Sigurðardóttir. Velkomin til Íslands og eigi góða dvöl á Íslandi. Thank you.
Takk fyrir.
our second day, Iceland gave us a glimpse of what the next 10 days may have in store. Skogafoss was not a waterfall marked on our map. With its sister waterfall 100 yards away, these surprises got us excited for what may be around the corner.
This was a cool moment of the trip. After months of research and planning, all of the iconic sights and landscape that we saw on the internet, well, now we were living it. The U.S. Navy plane wreck was definitely high up on my list of must-sees. After a 4-mile round-trip hike to a black sand beach with my best friend in light rain, it didn't disappoint.
We woke up early to try and get to Skogafoss without a crowd. There were a couple other early birds, but we were the second ones to the top. After a couple days of rain, a sunrise was breaking through the clouds, which revealed an incredible view from Skogafoss to the ocean. There is a sheep gate at the upper lookout that leads to a trail that will take you 16 miles to Thorsmark. Even though we only hiked 2.5 miles, we found 7 more waterfalls to wow us, each one marked by a green sign that kept calling to us. We kept asking each other, are we going to go to the next green sign to find another amazing waterfall? We heard that in Iceland, if you wait 5 minutes, the weather will change. This was the first time we experienced it firsthand. The hike started off comfortable, but on our way back down, the wind started to blow, and boy did it get cold fast.
Solheimajokull was not on our radar. We drove past it on the way to the plane crash, and it caught our curiosity while driving east the second time around, so we decided to check it out. It's right off the ring road and super easy to get to. The pay parking lot was confusing and very busy with all of the glacier tour groups, but after a quick 10-minute hike, there you are at the base of a giant frozen river of ice. Solheimajokull is an outlet glacier of the mighty ice cap of Mýrdalsjökull on the south coast of Iceland. About 5 miles long and over a mile wide, Solheimajokull is an impressive feature and definitely worth a stop. A great location to fly the drone and a cool spot to see the tours exploring the upper icy regions. Beneath its thick surface is one of the country's most infamous volcanoes, Katla, which is predicted by scientists to erupt here in the near future. After an incredible morning at Skogafoss, it was off to Reynisfjara, an area known for its massive rock arch, world-famous black sand beach, and neighboring Vik, the southernmost village in Iceland. This was home for the night, and the weather gods were smiling upon us.
Well, the night is gone, and the shadows clear. When I hear my song, the grave beneath, so see what you want.
The reality of where we were on the planet was settling in, and Jen signed us up for an ice cave tour. Reason being, she said, how often do you get to climb on a glacier and explore an ice cave that's thousands of years old? I couldn't argue that one. The caves are incredible and ever-changing. The colors, textures, sounds are all hard to describe without experiencing it firsthand. No matter what you believe as far as climate change, the Earth is a living thing and always changing. At this point in the planet's evolution, global temps are a few degrees warmer on average. The black layers in and on the glacier are volcanic ash and deposits from past eruptions. This heats up in the sun and aids in the melting of the glaciers. Mother Nature's doing. Iceland is a place where you can witness these changes firsthand. And with the beauty that comes from this fire and ice clash, proves that all life will adapt and flourish.
Yes, there is heaven out there.
Journeying east, we missed our turnoff and stumbled on to Sisterfoss, or Sister Falls, right on the side of a hill off the main ring road. This is a double waterfall that flows from a lake nestled in the mountain above. It flows down behind a picturesque Icelandic village of green grass and red roof buildings. Thank goodness we didn't make the mistake of not turning back to see, how do you pronounce that? Well, better known as the Justin Bieber Canyon, since this was the location for one of his videos. The canyon became so popular it was closed to tourists for restoration. From the Beaver Canyon, we started a hunt for Skogafoss. GPS marked the waterfall about 5 miles on an F road. The further we drove, the further it seemed we were from our goal. GPS said we made it, and all that we saw was a cliff. Yet we trudged on, passing sheep farmers along the way. We came up to a river crossing and met another car. We stopped them to ask if we were on the right route. To which they replied, "Yes, keep going. There's one more river crossing, and the Dacia Duster can make it through." As we approached the next river crossing, a small Jeep was contemplating their choice. They told us to go first, which we did, and another payoff awaited. Skogafoss is a beautiful waterfall, and its unique feature is how it fans out at the bottom. Being located off an F road makes it more difficult to find, so there was no one there, and we got to enjoy all the beauty to ourselves. Skogafoss didn't pop up on our YouTube research, so it was a surprising hidden gem. On our way back to the main road, we encountered farmers rounding up the sheep from the Highlands, and the whole road was blocked. It's not every day you sit in traffic because of sheep. Just another Icelandic memory.
Our travels continued, and after another couple of hours of entertainment on the road, including incredible landscapes and naked people running to nearby hot pots, we arrived at Skogafoss Nature Preserve, belonging to the Vatnajökull National Park. Iceland is not known for its forests and lush greenery, but this area of the southeast had some of the most carpeted terrain that we would encounter on the trip. After a quick hike to the local waterfalls and a great view of the glacier peaks, we were back on the road. We were quickly running out of daylight and still had a ways to go to reach our home for the night, but we decided to hit 2 more big ones before the sunset, and wow, thank God we did. Diamond Beach is where ice chunks from a glacier feed out a river mouth and wash up on a black sand beach. The tide was off a bit and only scattered the shores with small and medium-sized ice, but Jen and I had fun setting up shots for ourselves and for the other tourists. The sun was setting, and we jammed across the freeway to join the lucky few at the Glacier Lagoon. I immediately got the drone airborne to document one of my favorite moments of our Icelandic experience. The wind was still, the colors like cotton candy. Being there in person is the only way to understand the size of the icy slabs and the splendor of the mountainous backdrop. Some of these floating islands of ice are the size of our home, and remember, the majority of their girth is underwater. It was time to hit the road again and find some dinner, but these first 4 days in Iceland were definitely leaving a lasting impression.